Hey, this is Jay. This is a quick tutorial for an N8N YouTube playlist analysis system. So this is pretty straightforward, but it's going to run every day, check a YouTube playlist that you specify, and then add any new videos that it finds in that playlist to a spreadsheet of metadata. So obviously we need a YouTube video or a YouTube playlist to be able to get started. So if you come into your YouTube account, there's actually a playlist button on the side, so you can use one of your existing playlists. It's a little weird, I think, if you don't have a playlist already set up, or I guess you could just go with something as simple as like liked videos. But if you wanted a particular playlist, you could actually create one. So to do that, though, I think you actually have to be in like on a YouTube video, and then over here on the recommended video side, then you can come over here and click save to playlist on whatever that video is, and then you can create a new playlist. So if you don't have one existing already, then you click that here. But otherwise, you just click it to add to your playlist, and you're good to go. So once that's done, you've got a playlist. So now you can come back to your playlist screen in YouTube, open the playlist up, and we need the playlist ID. So you can grab that from the URL up here. So you come up here after the list equals, then this whole thing is the ID. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And what we're actually going to be using is the YouTube RSS feed for videos and for channels and for playlists. So in this case, we're going to go to youtube.com/feeds/videos.xml !playlist _ID equals, and then again paste in that ID that we just used. So then you will end up with a screen like this. So this is what we're using in the background. You obviously don't have to come to this directly if you don't want to, but that's what we're going to use to kick off the system. So the system will run right now 9 a.m. every day, but obviously you can change that trigger to whatever you want. But the first step will be to just do an HTTP request to that URL we're just looking at. So we're going to do a GET request to that YouTube RSS feed link with just our specific playlist that we want to watch. So by doing that, we should get some XML data back, like the one we saw in the browser. With that data, we can then convert that data into JSON. So N8N already has a node built in for that. So we just do XML to JSON. Good to go on that. And then after that, we're going to split out all of the videos from that from the playlist metadata. So the XML base itself has like data about the playlist itself, which we don't really care about. We just want the entries. So all these entries are actually the videos that are in the playlist. So you drag this entry section into here, and then this should split out all of the entry videos. So we've got 5 videos that we want to add, and then we're going to loop over each one of those videos. And the first thing is actually to check the spreadsheet to see if that video ID already exists. So we don't want to keep writing over things that we've already done. So if we come in here, it's going to look at this first column and see if that video ID is there. So if we go ahead and test that. So for the first video, and again, this is like the first time you're running it, your spreadsheet's going to be blank. But if it, this is also the case where there's a new video added to the playlist, it's going to come back with 0, which is kind of annoying. There's probably a better way to do this, but in this case, I just figured this is the most straightforward way. So we check to see if that ID exists in the spreadsheet. It does not, and it's kind of annoying because then that gives you nothing. So there's nothing you can drag in, nothing you can work with here to Google Sheets. Just as like, hey, we didn't find anything. So then in the if condition here, what we're going to do is check and see with some JavaScript if the last thing was empty. So the last thing we got back from Google Sheets was empty. There's no length to it. So now we can say, okay, if that's the case, like the last Google Sheet thing we ran was empty, it didn't find anything, and it equals a 0, then we are true and we are allowed to go and add this to Google Sheets. So let's go ahead and test that real quick. It's going to say, hey, yep, I didn't find anything, no results. So cool. If that's the case, we're good to add a new row to the sheet. So in this case, we're going to just do a Google Sheets row update or append row. So we're going to add the new row. Let me resync here because I added a column that I didn't have before. And then most of this is metadata that just comes straight out of that YouTube RSS feed that we looked at earlier. So we're going to grab the YouTube ID, so the video ID itself, and drag that in. The title for the video can go here. Then I've done a link column, so you can do the link to the video itself, and then the channel name. So in this case, channel is actually author. So the author name is what we're using for channel name. Channel link is URI, so drag the URI in to get the link to the channel itself too. I just did published date, so the date the video was published. You can drag that in here. You could add updated if you wanted, because sometimes, people change the descriptions or whatever, or add a new thumbnail. I think that also qualifies as updated. So if you want to track that, you could. But then you also get into the media side of the thing, of the thing of videos. So you can do the thumbnail. So if you care about the thumbnail, you could also track that and drag that into the spreadsheet. But mostly I was just looking for the description. So I use the description here, and then the amount of views. So the video views are down here at the bottom. And then one other thing is that it's kind of interesting, at least from the RSS feed, it calls it star rating. So likes are just star rating, which is interesting. So this star rating count is actually the like count for the video. So that's what I was adding that column, because I didn't realize that at first. So that's pretty much it. So then that's going to populate this whole thing with that metadata. So let's go ahead and run this, and that should give us our values populated in the spreadsheet. All right, we got a new row. So we've got the ID, the title, we got the link to the video. So we should see that. Yep, nice. And then the name of the channel, and then the link to the channel as well, the date the video was published, the description for the video, the amount of views on it, and the likes. So that's pretty much it for this system. Pretty straightforward, but just kind of a nice way that, if you're browsing around YouTube and you see something inspiring, all you have to do is come over here and then click save to not watch later, save to playlist. Then you can add it to your inspiration playlist, and then later the day or the next day, it's going to pull in metadata about that video and build like a nice backlog of maybe a channel that you've been inspired by, or some other channels maybe you want to keep track of your competition. So pretty straightforward system. Somebody in my community actually asked for this, so that was pretty awesome. It took a little while to finally deliver it, but finally delivering it. So hopefully it's helpful for him. But yeah, hopefully it's helpful for others as well. And let me know if you have any other systems or ideas or questions about this kind of thing. I'll be doing plenty more tutorials like this. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.